COVID-19 has been the talk of the year ever since we were put under mandatory quarantine at the start of March 2020. This contagious virus has changed how we look at our own health in a way that is eye-opening for some people. Americans are realizing that their health conditions are beginning to affect them even more when it comes to protection from a harmful virus. But what is the coronavirus anyways? The coronavirus, otherwise known as COVID-19, is an RNA virus that affects the lungs and airways in humans. The symptoms of this virus can be as manageable as a loss of taste or smell, or can extend to symptoms as severe as difficulty breathing or even death. Each person reacts to this virus differently. However, certain individuals could be more susceptible to these symptoms than others, which is why I decided to focus on the question of what is the influence of obesity and diet-related health conditions on the individual effects of the coronavirus. It's no secret that the mandated quarantine that America was put under from the start of the COVID-19 outbreak had some negative effects on the health of the citizens. Many of us can in fact speak from personal experience about how the quarantine affects us personally. The feelings of loneliness caused a lot of Americans to resort to food as their comfort. Eating habits such as excessive alcohol and overeating seem to be a battle for many Americans. These eating habits could lead to a more severe condition such as obesity. This is an issue because science has proven that people with underlying conditions such as obesity are more susceptible to the symptoms of COVID-19. A higher susceptibility to the virus is linked to a weaker immune system that can be caused by certain pre-existing health issues. The immune system is important in protecting us from viruses such as the coronavirus because it acts as our first line of defense against illnesses. Virally infected cells produce and release interferons, which are small proteins that play a role in immune protection against viruses. The immune system also works with the lymphatic system that produces white blood cells that contain antibodies that fight off illnesses. One way we can help our immune system function properly is by eating foods rich in antioxidants. These could be foods such as oranges, grapefruits, berries, carrots, and other fruits and vegetables. Antioxidants are compounds that inhibit oxidation, which is a chemical reaction that can produce free radicals leading to damage of the cells of organisms. Antioxidants such as vitamin C support the body's immune system by protecting the integrity of cells and affecting the production and function of white blood cells. These important antioxidants, along with other nutrients, are being detrimentally left out of Americans' diets during the ongoing quarantine during the pandemic. These eating habits can be partially attributed to the declining mental state of Americans during this time of isolation. Feeling alone, depressed, and lacking social interaction can lead to a decreased mental health. Science has proven that the effects of self-isolation is not only taking a toll on Americans' mental health, but also physical health. The quarantine life leads to a more sedentary lifestyle, coupled with eating convenient foods out of boredom. These habits run a risk of leading to conditions such as obesity, heart disease, and diabetes. Researchers from the U.S. National Library of Medicine say it has been suggested that, until quarantine ends, self-isolation is likely to cause psychological and emotional symptoms, changes in moods and altered sleep or eating patterns, worsening of chronic health conditions, weight gain, and increased use of alcohol, tobacco, or illegal drugs. Due to the rise of unemployment, people now have less money to spend on the healthier options at the grocery store and tend to reach for the cheap, nutrient-lacking foods. This reason, along with less exercise due to gym closings, has led to an overall spike in the number of Americans with obesity. The report by Washington, D.C. based nonprofit Trust for Americans' Health found that obesity rates among adults nationwide passed 40% for the first time, and food insecurity during COVID could put more Americans at risk for obesity in the future. The report continued to state that families with tight budgets will buy the less expensive foods, which tend to have more calories and lack nutritional value. There are more people who are becoming unemployed and have less money in their pockets. It's one reason we see obesity rising along with the downturn in the economy. It has been easily shown that those individuals with underlying health conditions such as obesity are more prone to the damaging effects of COVID-19. It is clear from the evidence that those with obesity, and particularly its complications such as diabetes and hypertension, can be more liable to develop more serious illnesses requiring hospital admission. Developing proper eating habits during the current pandemic can have a substantial effect on your lifelong health. This would include eating foods with high amounts of vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants. These can be found in foods such as fruits, vegetables, legumes, whole wheats, and more. Several studies reported that fruits and vegetables supplying micronutrients can boost immune function. This happens because some of these micronutrients, such as vitamin E, vitamin C, and beta-carotene, are antioxidants. Due to the quarantine-related situational stress eating, nutrition becomes a priority at this time. Having in mind positive attitudes can be helpful to tackle the negative health effects of quarantine. Americans need to realize that their eating and nutrition can have a substantial effect on the way our bodies react to dangerous viruses such as COVID-19. The road to a healthy lifestyle is a long and treacherous one, but once it is taken, your life will be changed forever.